Hello and Assalamualaikum. Today I'm Marfan from HK3 will present about the relationship between connective tissue and Marfan syndrome. So let us start. Connective tissue are made up of cells, fibers, and a gel-like substance. It is divided into four main categories, which is connective proper, cartilage, bone, and blood. Therefore, connective tissue enables to support, protect, and give structure to other tissues and every organ in our body by binding cells together. Instead of those three functions, connective tissue also stores fat, helps the movement of nutrients and other substances between tissues and organs, and involved in repairing damaged tissues. Besides that, connective tissue contains protein such as collagen and elastin. Thus, it can be injured or inflamed due to the inherited disease, autoimmune disease, and environmental exposure. Marfan syndrome is a genetic disorder that affects the body connective tissue. This syndrome can affect many different parts of the body as connective tissue is found throughout of the body. Therefore, the disorder features are most often found in the heart, blood vessels, bones, joints, and eyes. However, there are some life-threatening features of Marfan syndrome, such as aortic enlargement. Instead of all mentioned above, the lung, skin, and nervous system may also be affected by Marfan syndrome, but it doesn't affect intelligence. The disease may range from mild to severe, and a lot of people that are affected with Marfan syndrome are very tall, thin, long limbed, and loose joints. Marfan syndrome is caused by the mutation in the fibrillin-1 (FBN1) gene. This gene responsible in providing instruction for making a protein called fibrillin-1. Attachment of fibrillin-1 to other fibrillin-1 proteins and other molecules forming thread-like filaments called microfibrils. Then, microfibrils become part of the fibers that provide strength and flexibility to the connective tissue. Besides, microfibrils also bind to the molecules known as growth factor and release them at various times to control the growth and repair of tissues and organs throughout the body. The mutation in FBN1 gene limits the body's ability to make proteins that are needed to build the connective tissue and reduce the amount of functional fibrillin-1, which gives an availability to form microfibrils. This causes the microfibril formation to decrease. Thus, microfibrils are unable to bind with the growth factors. As a result, there are availability of excess growth factor and decreasing of elasticity in connective tissue that leading to the overgrowth and instability of tissues in Marfan syndrome. Besides that, Marfan syndrome also can happen as it is inherited as an autosomal dominant condition. Dominant genetic disorder occurs when there is only a single copy of an abnormal gene is sufficient to cause a particular disease. The abnormal gene can be inherited from either parents or it can be a result of a new mutation due to the changing in gene in the affected individual. The disease causes the changing of DNA to happen as the result of a new mutation in approximately 25% of Marfan syndrome cases. The figure shown explain about the risk of passing the abnormal gene from affected parent to the offspring for each pregnancy. Additionally, the risk is same for males and females. Marfan syndrome may cause a wide variety of complications since it can affect almost many parts of our body. The most dangerous complication of Marfan syndrome that involving the heart and blood vessels as the faulty connective tissue can weaken the aorta. For instance, the aortic aneurysm, which is a condition where there is a balloon-like bulge in the aorta, and aortic dissection, which is a condition where a tear occurs in the inner layer of the aorta. Besides, there is eye complication such as lens dislocations as the supporting structures weaken, and skeletal complication as this syndrome increase the risk of abnormal curve in spine, such as scoliosis. Furthermore, it can also interfere the normal development of the ribs, which can cause the breastbone to protrude or appear sunken into the chest. That's all from me. Thank you.